Hello everybody, I will start my today another live coding session. So today I solve this question, multiply strings. Given two non-negative integers num1 and num2 represented as strings, return the product of num1 and num2 also represented as string. Note, you must not use any built-in big integer library or convert the input into integer directory. Okay. So let me clarify my understanding on this question. So in this question, about the interface of the method I will be implementing, I will be given num1, which is string, and num2, which is also string, and I will return the product, which is string. Good. And some constraint. Because num1 and num2 are non-negative integers. So I can say they're one or larger. Okay. So now let me see some examples. So for example, I'm given 12 and 3. In this case, the multiplication is 12 times 3 is 36. So in the end, I return string 36. Yep. Good. Okay. I think this example is good enough. Let me think of the algorithm. Obviously, the brute force approach I can use is convert the string into integer for num1 and num2, each of them, and get the multiplication product, and then convert it into the string and return it. But this is prohibited. I have to think of another way. So something I think I can do is convert this. So let me change it a bit. So let me think of this with 2-digit multiplication. 12 can be converted into 1 and 2. 11 should be converted into 1 and 1. This may help. So when I think of how I calculate the 12 times 11 on the paper, what I do first is like this. So firstly, I calculate 2 times 1. Then I calculate, wait a minute. Yep, I calculate 2 times 1, and then I calculate 1 times 1. Then I calculate it here. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Then I guess the sum of them, and I will get 1, 3, 2. I think I can use the same approach here after converting each string into an integer array, maybe. Yeah. So the thing is, I calculate each pair of integers. For example, this one represent this 1, 2. This one represent this 1, 2, 2, 1. Yeah. And okay, let me think of it in this way. Instead of this, I will think of this. I will think in this way. So I separate each single digit, or I should say, each pair of product into different rows. And the problem here is this 2 times 10 to the something? Which, power is it? For this is 2 times 1. This is 1 times 1 times 10 to the power of something. Yeah. So I have to think this for each of them. Then I think I can, you know, add the numbers, add these numbers. So obviously, so for this one, I can convert it in this way. 1 with power 0, power 1. 2 with power 0. So this is the power of based on 10. Power 1 and 1 power 0. So with this in my mind, I calculate each pair, 1, 2, and 1. And the total power should be 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. But when I take 1 and 1, the total power should be 1 plus 1 is 2. So it should be 1 times 100 is 100. Yep, this is as expected. Okay. So that being said, when I calculate, say, 1 and 1, and power 1 plus 1 is 2, then I put this 1 and 1, 2, 1 to power 2 position. Power 0, power 0 position, power 1 position, power 2 position. I will think of each of them. Yep. And from here, when I get this one, because this is power of 2, I put it here. Yep. And also when power 1, like if I take first one and second one, in that case, power should be 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, so it should be here. And also when I take 2 and 1, it should be power 1. It should be here. And one more thing, if I take 2 and 1, it should be power 0, 0. So it should be 2 times 1 is 2, and power is 0. So it should be like this. Yep. And one more thing I have to think from here is I have to think of the carry ups. Yep. So after creating this array, each position, each index signifies the power. I, yeah, if it's something like this. Oh, no. Yeah, true. Yeah. This, I have to carry this up. 1. Let me do it. 21. I have to carry up 2. Let me think of this way. So for example, this case, there should be 2 carry up. It should be like this. And then I need 1 carry up. It should be 1, 1, 1. Yeah. So this is something I have to do. Then concatenate. In this way. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. And I think I can use this approach. The time compressed state should be assuming that there are n1 and n2 characters for each nums1 and nums2. I have to calculate each pair, n1 times n2. And for each, I have to append it to the array. And then I have to do the carry up. How many times I have to carry up? It depends on how many digits the result nums1 times nums2 has. But for example, if I think of this case, 99, 99, I can say this should be n1 plus n2 almost. So what should I say? Assuming that there are n1 digit, the biggest number is 99 if n1 is 2. If n2 is 2, the biggest number is 99. The multiplication with them should be the biggest number. But this has up to n1 plus n2 digit because it's almost 100, almost 100. So maybe I have some constant number, but up to this n1 plus n2 digit. So which means that I have to do, when I do the carry up, I may have to carry up n1 and n2, or n1 plus n2 digit carry up. Yeah. But I can ignore this because n1 times n2 is larger. This. Or I should say, I can combine n1 and I can combine this into, n1 times n2 plus 1, and n2 plus 1 can be considered to be n1 times n2. Then I absorb this n2 to n1 times n2. It becomes n1 plus 1 times n2, and n1 plus 1 can be considered to be n1. So it should be O of n1 plus n2. Yep. For space complexity, I need this one, array. As I said, it can be up to n1 plus n2 digits. Okay. So that being said, let me start the implementation. Let me quickly sort out. Okay, so let me sort out how we can do it. So convert num1 and num2 to digit array. I think I can get just 2-1 instead, actually. And I can say I can use this index 0 as a power. So first we reverse number, then then convert it into the array. In that way, each index suggests the power. Okay, so where is it? Base should be n1 plus n2. No, where am I? Here. Reverse nums1, nums2, num1, num2, and convert to digit array. Calculate num1 each digit times num2 each digit and put it into result array. Then do carry ups. Then concatenate. I will make it integer array first. So here I convert array to string array, or I should say char array. Then concatenate result and return it. So like this. Okay. Okay, so now I start the implementation. Unfortunately, in my first video, the implementation part was messed up. I mean, the screen capture was stopped after maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So I decided to take this part again. That being said, the first thing I would do is line 41. Reverse num1, num2 to convert and convert to digit array. So, and I do the same for digit too. Okay, now I work on line 42. So the index of digit array is exactly the power, as I said. So currently, then I calculate it. So power is P1 plus P2. And I put it into the result array. But one thing I have to take care is, initially, this result array is empty. So there isn't power index. So I have to append 0 to this result array when the exact power position doesn't exist yet. So while if power is 0, I have to have at least one element. If current power is, yeah. So if power is 0, no. Maybe this case. So if length of the result is 0, sorry, yeah. So let's assume I'm putting power 0 here. This isn't enough. And let's say if I have 1 here, but I'm trying to put P is 1, this isn't enough. But if I have one more element, it's enough. So length of the result is equal to the power is not enough, or smaller, not enough, but larger is enough, like this. Okay. So I do it in this way. Okay, now I've prepared the result array. So now I've finished line 42. Yep. Then in line 43, I carry up. I do the carrying up. Let's think of this case. I take a look at this and I convert this into 9, the modulo of 10, then carry up 9. Then what I will get is 108. So here again, I put 8 here and then carry up 10. Then what happens is that this becomes 10 and I carry up again. This becomes 0 and carry up 1. Yeah. One thing I have to take care is this result array is not big enough after carrying up. For example, this case. This actually needs 4 slots, but initially this was only 2 slots. I have to append the create a new slots as necessary. So let's say I start from I0. If length of the result is, sorry, if currently I is in still the range, in this case, the first thing I do is take the carry up. Then result I should be the modulo of 10. Okay. Then I have to carry this up. One thing I have to take care is this carry up should be added first. So here, I have to add the carry up. Then after that, I calculate the current carry up and result updation. Okay, I have to initiate this carry up with 0. Good, and as I said, if there isn't enough slot, I have to extend the result array. So in which case this happens? So when I come here, here, and here, I can say, or carry up is larger than 0. So if I run out of the, array slot here, but if I still have the carry, like 1 or 2, then I have to create new element here. So if I run out, I append 0. Okay. Good. I think now I've done with line 43. So the last thing I will do is line 44 to 46. First 3 reverse. Then convert each of them to character. Then returns a concatenated string. Okay. Now let me quickly walk through my code. In the test perspective. Oh, by the way, when I was starting my first video, I noticed that I misunderstood the const. No. Okay. Yep. No, I didn't misunderstand the constraint, but I actually noticed by myself that I have to take care of one edge case. So, for example, this case, if I'm given 0 and 0, or maybe I should say 99 and 0. In this case, what happens is that I get this array in the end. In that case, this creates string 0, 0. But this is not an expected string. I should return 0, obviously. So what I can do is pop up 0 from the result array before concatenating, or even before reversing here. But I have to, read one digit here, even if it is 0. So what I can say is while I do this. Okay. That being said, I can cover this case. Or maybe this case, this creates the array, only 0. So no pop out and return 0. Good. Anyway, these are some edge cases I had to handle. So let me quickly dry run my code. Okay, so I will do the dry run. So in terms of the test perspective, I try to check in run 84, result array is extended as expected, and also the same way in run 94. These are basically my concerns. So I will use this test case. In this case, what is expected is 98 times 9 is 900 minus 16 is 84. So returns 84 is expected. Okay, so I will take a look. In line 79, reverse num1 into 89 and convert it into integer array, so it should be 89. Here, this is because num2 is a single digit, it should be just 9. The result array is firstly initiated with empty. In line 84, P10D8, this suggests power 0 for digit 8. The P2D2 is 09. So power should be P1 plus P2 is 0. Digits should be D1 plus D2 is 17. Okay. Here, currently, ranks of the result is 0, and power is now 0. So they are equal. This is true. So I append 0 to result. Now I come back to line 89. Now ranks of the result is 1. So this is not true anymore. So I go out of the while loop and go to line 91. And the result, index 0 should be, sorry, not 17, 22. The product. So it should be now 72. Okay. And then come back to line 85. But there's no any more element in the inner loop. So I go to line 84. And now I will check 9. Here, power is P1 plus P2 is 1. Digits should be 9 times 9 is 81. Yep. In line 89, length of the result is 1, power is 1, they are equal, so I go to line 90 and append 0, the result array. Okay. Next, I come back to line 89, and length of the result is now 2. So this is not true anymore. So I go to line 91. Result index 1 is 81. Like this. Okay. So now I go to line 93. And I initiate I is equal to 0, which is pointing to this. And carry up is initiated with 0. Yeah. So in line 98, 0 is smaller than 2 minus 1. Yes, this is true. I go to line 99. Length of the result is now 2 is equal to I, which is 0. This is not true. I go to line 102. Result I plus equals carry up. Carry up is 0, so no change. In line 103, result I is now 72 divided by 10. So it should be 7. The carry up is now 7. And the result in line 104, result I modulo 10. So it should be 2. Yep. Okay, so result I is updated with 2. Good. And I come back to line 98. I is now index 0. Now I have to move it. So I do this. Yep. So now I is now index 1. And 1 is equal to 2 minus 1. Yes, I go to line 99. Length of the result is 2. Yes, and I is now 1. They're not the same. I go to line 102. Results I plus equals carry up, which is 7. So now this becomes 88. So carry up, this becomes now 8. And modulo with 10 should be now 8. So what happens is that carry up is now 8. And the result array index 1 is updated with 8. And I plus equal 1. Okay. So I come back to line 98. And length of the result is 2. So the first half is now false, but the second half is now true because carry up is 8. I go to line 99. And length of the result 2 is equal to I2. This is true. The result appends 0. 0 is appended. Okay. Then in line 102, carry up 8 is appended to, added to result index 2. Then now what happens is carry up is now 0. Result should be now 8. So no change on result index 2. So I plus equals 1. Now I become 3. Okay. Good. And then line 98. Now it looks like this. Length of the result is now 3. This isn't true. Or carry up is now 0. So, oh, sorry, wait a minute. Carry up should be 0 here. No update anymore. And no while loop anymore. So I go to line 107. And this isn't true in this case. Length of the result is 3 larger than 2. But result last element is 8, which is not 0. I go to line 110. And I reverse this to 882, then convert it to string array. So string A, string A, string 2, then concatenate 882 and return it. This isn't true. 882. I think simply I expected value is wrong. 882 is expected. Sorry. So this means that I passed this test case. Okay. I could cover almost all the lines. The only line I couldn't cover is line 108. But I already took a look at this case in this and this quickly. So totally, I'm confident in my code. So let me submit. This should be reversed. Reversed. Something goes wrong. Let me print out the first result array. And maybe digit 1 and digit 2. Oh wait, my string is stopped. So I added this print statement here and I submit. Okay. So what happens is 3, 6, 18 is okay. 3, 5, 15 plus 2, 6, 12. The sum should be 27. Oh, sorry. Here. For this one, 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 6 is 12. The total should be 27, but still 12. Obviously here in line 94, I have to add the result to the existing result element. I think it has become better. Yep. So now for this one, it's okay. For this one, 28, this is power 2. So the pair should be 0, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 5, or 1, 6. In total, it should be 12, 10, 6. It's okay. I think this part is okay, but I think I messed up when creating the result. Maybe when thinking of doing the carry up. Let me check. If I have this, what is expected is this becomes 28, and now this becomes 8, and carry up 30, and this becomes 3, carried up 16, 6, and carry up to 5. So it should be 56088, yeah. But unfortunately, it becomes 66. But it is now 8, 9, 1, 6, 6. Let me check. Oh, why is it this is 10 dividing by 8? I think I messed this up when I was doing the dry run. Yes. Okay, accepted. So now I submit. Good, accepted. Okay, so let me quickly wrap up. So today I solved the question, multiply strings. And in this question, I'm given two non-negative integers, num1 and num2 as string. And my task was to calculate the product and return it as a string. Yep. So the approach I took is convert the given string digit into the reversed integer digit array. And I calculate the product of each pair of digit from digit 1 and digit from digit 2. Then put the result into the result array as the appropriate position. Then I handle the carry up on this result array. Then, because this result array stores the digit in a reverse order, so I reverse the result array and concatenate each digit into string and return it. Okay. One edge case I really had to take care of that because num1 and num2 can be 0. It is possible that result array has 0 as the trailing 0. And this trailing 0 becomes the reading 0 after reversing, so I have to pop them out. As long as that 0 is not a single digit, only remaining digit in the result array. Yep. Okay, that being said, I finished my today's coding practice. Thank you so much. Bye.